guys, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about homeschooling and why we decided to homeschool and how we homeschool each year. We first decided to homeschool our kids instead of sending them to public school just because it's such a long ride on the school bus. A lot of the learning can be done in just a matter of a few hours instead of all day every day, and it just gives us more flexibility for our family, and it means we can have more days out as a family, go to places when it's not so busy either. That's always a bonus. And then also, when the kids get their schoolwork done for the day, that gives them the rest of the day to either have some free time or we can go out as a family. We just really enjoy the freedom it gives us as a family, and we've not got nothing against public school. I went to public school, and there's wonderful schools around here, fantastic teachers, but homeschooling was just the best fit for us and our family. So if you're thinking of homeschooling and starting your homeschooling journey, you just really got to see what's going to work for you and your family, the pros and the cons. And the best advice I ever got, and I'm going to pass it on to you, is just start. I got so overwhelmed when we were first looking into homeschooling because there are so many wonderful and we're grateful for, but there are so many resources out there and so many curriculums, so much advice, that it can get a bit overwhelming knowing where to start and how to start. So I was getting bombarded with all this when we were fixing to start homeschooling, and I had a friend from church, Holly. She just simply said, the best advice I can give you is to just start. And you'll find that you might change your routine here and there. You might change it day to day because life gets in the way. But just go with it. Go with the flow. Fit in what you can, where you can. And you might find that if you go with a curriculum, you might find that you're changing curriculum every year, or sometimes even halfway through the year. We've done both because kids develop so fast that their way of learning can change, and it can change in just a matter of months, or it can change in a year, or even just a couple of years. So again, just every now and again, what we do at the start of our homeschooling year and then halfway through, I just take a step back and assess what's working for our kids, what's not working, what might benefit them better. And sometimes it can be sticking with the curriculum you have and just adding stuff, or even taking stuff out, or completely shifting to a whole different curriculum. So again, it's just, there is no one size fits all rule. It is really and truly down to what works well for you, for your kids, and your family life, really. But I like to start our homeschooling year with getting folders. I get one for each of the kids, and I print these out. What are they from? This is from Living Life Intentionally, and you can find it online. And it's a homeschool report card. And I don't know how well you can see it, but it's broken down into 4 sections here. And it's so I can make comments for the first quarter, second, third and fourth quarter. And not only is that good for me to keep note, but it's also good, since we do portfolios, that the assessor can see where we had to work a bit harder on something, or they're doing well, really, really well in a certain area. And then as it goes down, they can see where improvements have been made and how we did that. And it's also good for me because I can look at a quick glance what they did well on, but also what we need to work a bit extra on. And then down at the bottom, it'll say promoted to the next grade on, and then the date that we usually do the assessments on, the portfolio assessments. But anyway, this is how we usually start. And as you can see, it's just empty binder at the minute. And what I'll do is, as they do their work, I will divide them into language arts, math, science, social studies, art and achievements. And every now and again I'll take some of their work, put that in their portfolios, and that again will be what our assessor looks through to see what they've done throughout the year. And this year, for Sean and Danny, again, changing up curriculums, we decided to do an online program. It's called Global Student Network, and they have a few different online curriculums you can pick from, but we've picked one. We decided to go with online work for Sean and Danny because not only does it cut down on time spending planning curriculum and lessons and things like that, but we mainly wanted it to help start teaching them independence, time management, and we mainly wanted it to teach them independence and time management, as well as getting the schoolwork done, so that it's preparing them for if they decide to go off to college, they're going to be responsible for doing their work there. And it also teaches them life skills as well, you know, to meet deadlines, to read an assignment correctly and how to do it. So yeah, we'll just see how that goes, and both of them are actually quite excited to get started on that. And what's also helpful for me is, with it being online, it keeps a record of the work that they've done, and it'll grade any tests or assignments or work they have to do. And again, it'll take that, put it into a percentage, and then turn it into a grade. So again, I can just log on and keep track on what they're doing, and again, areas where they might need a bit more help, or areas where they're excelling and we may have to bump up one subject to a higher grade. So that's what's going to be happening with Sean and Danny. Now, for Caitlin, Will and Joe, I have these, and it's divided into Caitlin, Will and Joe. And again, each of them have their portfolio binders in there with the printouts already on. But what they're doing, they're going to be working through these books. And I got the correct grade for each kid. And we bought these at Costco. And they're really, really good, really helpful. And again, in here, they have it broken down. They've got reading comprehension, traditional manuscript, grammar, writing, maps, science, your math, and then any other areas that I feel we need to add, like artwork. I just go online and I'll either have them choose an artist to research about, and then maybe have them do paintings or drawings in the style of the artist. And we'll also work on the fact that art isn't just drawing or painting. There's many forms of artwork. So again, online there are so many resources on there that if you have something like this but you feel you need to fluff up your curriculum, so to speak, there are plenty of things online that you can find, print out. And again, as they work through these books, the pages tear out real easy, and I'll just put it in there, a few samples, a few examples of their work in their portfolio, and that again will be sectioned into subjects, and the assessor will be able to look through and decide if they've passed another school year, which we're doing good, you know, so far so good. Each year that we've been homeschooling, they've been doing really well, so I'm very proud of them for that. And homeschooling can be challenging at times. Like I say, life can get in the way, it can get really busy, and on those days that, you know, it just feels like you're not getting much accomplished, or just whether it's sickness or just everyday busyness, we try to not sweat the small stuff. Give yourself grace. It's not a big deal. We just try to, on the really hard days, like if there's a house full of us that are sick, we try to just stick with simply reading. Just try and read every single day, even if it's just for a couple of minutes. Just get a book and read. Whether it's your child reading to you, or whether it's group reading, where everybody takes a turn, or you're the one reading to your kids. Reading is fantastic because as they're being read to or learning to read, or they are reading, reading has to be used for every single subject, so it's wonderful. And then on days where it's a little busy, but we can't quite squeeze in everything, again, just try and figure out what's most important. Like, we'll try and make sure we definitely get in reading, writing and math, but most days we just stick with our own routine of what works for us. Now, when I first started homeschooling, I was trying to do every single subject, every single day, and it just happened to where I was getting stressed out, the kids were getting stressed out, it was just too much, and I couldn't split myself between all the kids. So we decided to do it week to week. So say 1 week we would spend the whole week just doing math, social studies and art. And then the next week we would do language, science, and any catch-up work, or even online work. And again, some days the kids would want to get ahead on the work, so they'd finish that week's worth of work in just, like, say, 3 days, and would want to get a jump start on the following week. And again, you don't have to stick to a strict schedule when you're homeschooling. Just fit in what you can, where you can. And we actually haven't started homeschooling yet. The public school has already started back, but we usually start about 2 weeks after public school starts, just because we prefer to start in September, take a bit extra time enjoying the hot weather and having good family time. And also when it's nice like this, the kids have the option of doing the schoolwork out here, and so they have plenty of space, and sometimes they have the crazy goats to help them out too. Although I don't know how much help they really are. But yeah, if you're thinking of starting to homeschool, or if you're already homeschooling and you've got any questions, I am by no means an expert. I am far from it. I am still learning each and every year. But I would be more than happy to help you out where I can. I will try and put some of the links in the comments below to some of the websites and online things that we use quite regularly. So yeah, just whether you're homeschooling or whether you're public schooled or private schooled or whatever kind of schooling you are, I just hope you all have a fantastic school year and just enjoy it. So we'll see you next time, guys.